Hey y'all, I just wanted to come on and encourage you real quick, okay? Listen, again, you may not agree with what I'm going to say, but again, it's something that I feel like we all need to hear. So, here's the thing. Sometimes, and I mean sometimes, well, most of the time probably, you need to go ahead and just let God do what he does. I know for some of you, especially those of you that like to have your hands in everything and control everything, that's difficult for you to do. But giving it over to God, letting God handle it for you, basically letting go and letting God is essential, especially in a lot of most of the situations we deal with in life, okay? Sometimes you have to take a step back to allow God to do what he does. So letting go and letting God does not mean that you let go of your faith. It just means that you are putting it at the feet of God and placing it at God's feet, right? Because God said for us to cast all of our burdens on him because he cares, right? So that's what God expects for us to do. Hear me out. So you gotta let it go. Sometimes when you continue to quote unquote worry about things, and what I mean by that is even though you prayed about it, you're constantly in a state of worry in your mind about whether or not your prayer got heard by God or whether or not it's going to come through. That can cause a delay. You have to detach yourself from the whatever it is you're seeking God for while maintaining your faith that it's going to happen. So basically, when you leave it at the feet of God, you're trusting that God's going to handle it, not losing faith, but trusting that, you know what, I gave it to God, it's handled. He gonna handle it, right? And again, I know for some of you, especially those of you who deal with control issues, that's going to be a hard thing for you to do. But I promise you, you got to let go and let God do what he does. Cast your burden at his feet. Let him take care of it for you. It's going to work out if you just let it go. Assume that God already handled the situation for you and keep pressing forward, putting work behind your faith, trusting that it's already taken care of. That's what it means to let go and let God. You got to trust that once you present it to God and lay that burden at his feet, that it's taken care of. He's going to handle it. He's going to send over the solution to you or he's going to help you resolve it. That is done. It's already taken care of. You just got to trust that is taken care of. Okay. Those of you who have control issues, you might want to ask God if there's a trust issue there, okay? Because that might be the reason why you have control issues. You want to handle and control everything on your own. Okay. So seek God about that. I had to. Still have to seek God about that. Okay, so I'm not exempt. Okay. But listen, you gotta let God do what he does. Okay. So pray about it. Put it at God's feet and his altar. Let God handle the situation for you. And just trust that it's taken care of, that God's got it. He's gonna handle the situation while you continue to move forward, putting work behind your faith, right? You can't stop your faith. Like, you got to keep the faith, okay? That's part of it, because you got to trust that God's going to handle it, right? So you got to keep the faith and believe that God's going to do what he does. All right. So let it go. Let God. Now you go out and make it a great day on purpose, and don't you go mess up nobody else's day, okay? Because we ain't got time for that. But listen, go out Trust God. Lay it at his feet. Lay that burden down. Just lay it at his feet. Stop allowing yourself to worry yourself to death about it. Okay? And place it at God's feet. Cast that burden at God's feet. Let him handle it. Let go. Let God. Trust that he's got it. And keep moving forward in faith. Keep putting work behind your faith, obviously. Keep moving forward in faith, trusting that God's got it. Okay? He's going to offer and or provide a solution and or just take care of it altogether. Okay? Because I'm telling you as a living witness, okay, that once you do that, that God will come through and you will be a lot of times shocked at how God's going to work it out for you. But you gotta let it go and let him do it. Okay? All right. Now, again, I love y'all. Y'all know I love you. Now, you go out and make it a great day on purpose. And don't you go mess up nobody else's day, okay? But let go and let God, all right? All right, love y'all. Bye.